So, now I'd like to go really far back to some of the first dreams I started recording. And this is in this little dream journal. It's just like a composition book that I was using. This wasn't even, this was like graph paper that I started writing on originally. You can see it from math or some shit stuff. And I guess I wrote a little quote in here. I'll read the quote to like. Here's a quote. It's from one of my favorite authors. That he happens to have a quote that's so acknowledging to dreams, I guess. I thought it was relevant, and I was being cool and witty, whatever. The quote is from Brent Weeks, from the book Shadow's Edge. Why is it, my shadow-striding friend, that we don't fear dreams? We lose consciousness, lose control. Things happen with no apparent logic and abiding by no apparent rules. We don't fear dreams, but we do fear madness, and death terrifies us. Take whatever meaning you want from that. I still don't really know what meaning I take from it, if anything. But this is a nice quote. So, let's go to these. Let's see how far along these were when I started recording them. I don't think it's been too long. And I think it was in 2012 or 2013 when I started to record my dreams first. And I go so many different lengths of when I record them, and I get on a really good, steady remembrance of my dreams. Something happens, I stop doing it, and then I stop remembering my dreams too often. And then it comes back. Just like this, I'm getting back into it again. So, what I remember in the dream is I dislocated my shoulder. This was a common thing that I had for a while I was training. I had a shoulder dislocation that happened quite often. It was literally once or twice a month almost. And so it was something that was really consistently a problem in my life. So I dislocated my shoulder while sitting in a car waiting on a friend. I'm also going to try to keep names out of people that might have me in my life. I ran inside to where the friend was, lay down on the bed, and let gravity take hold to fix my shoulder. Apparently there was a part at a water park. That's a very vague, boring dream. I'm sorry. May 30th, 10 a.m. Apparently nothing. I wrote here, sentence, that's nothing. May 31st, 9:30 a.m. I remembered a few different dreams. First one, all I remember is living at my great-grandma's house at my current age. My great-grandmother's passed away. This is why I was weird. My only pair of shoes I had were my Feiyus, which is a martial arts shoe that's popular in parkour. And they were pretty torn up. I went outside to check the mail and found a new pair had been sent to me. And as I looked around, I began to find even more pairs that had been sent to my neighbors and were sitting in the grass or on truck beds. I do remember this dream. Yeah, so I had the torn up pair of shoes and I went out in the mail. There was a new pair of shoes. And then as I looked around, more and more pairs started showing up. And it was just like an endless supply of shoes that I could use to do parkour in. It was a pretty cool dream. Second part of the dream apparently was considered a nightmare. I can't remember where it took place, but a lot of people I know were walking around. The main conflict was between my friend and I. This friend was basically going around with other friends, and okay, this might take some backstory. The friend was an ex-girlfriend of mine. She was apparently dressing slutty and flirting with a bunch of people. and it eventually led me to follow her around one day and catch her kissing another girl. Oh, how is that a nightmare? The dream had this very uneasy feeling to it the whole time, and after waking up the second time from it, I must have had it twice. Yeah, I must have had it twice. I didn't want to fall asleep again. Weird. I have dreams like that. See, that's something that obviously could be conflicting with everyday life, something that's happening, problems that come up in relationships or concerns, and cause this kind of June 1st. Yes. I woke up once in the night after my first dream and forgot it fully later. Oh well. My second dream took place in a huge parking lot on top of a large cliffside next to an ocean. My friend and I, the ex-girlfriend, we were leaving from some sort of event, and we were trying to, I remember this one, we were trying to find a way out of the parking lot in her car. We were also arguing about something. As she tried to pull around some parked cars near the edge of the cliff, we got trapped and had to back out. As she was backing out, the car went over the edge, and we fell, apparently 50 feet, down the rock side and into the water. Suddenly, the water was halfway filled in the car, and we can't open the doors. We're struggling. I look at the friend, and then I wake up. June 3rd, so skipping day. It started off in a wooded area on an island. I remember some exploration and getting to a beach with this huge fallen down tree out in the water. I follow the beach around and come to another wooded area with glowing lights. As I get closer, I notice there is a house, and heading to the house are many pathways with walls made out of the trees. I remember this one. And they go up and down, and the trees are clear, so it's like acrylic or glass, but trees. As I try to make my way through the house, a little girl walks up with a satchel and opens up doors I couldn't even tell were there. She notices me, but only smiles and continues to the house. So I follow her and look through the windows. I see a family and 2 dogs. I then begin to walk back and out of the path, and when I get out, the 2 dogs were waiting for me. Does this continue? It does. And suddenly, 2 tennis balls appear in my hands, and I start playing with the dogs. I couldn't remember what happens next. I have weird random dreams.